Doesn't there seem to be a contradiction in the Qur'an when it mentions in several verses that everything happens by the will of Allah? And furthermore, in one verse, the good is from Allah and the bad or the evil is from yourself.
There are many verses in the Quran which mention that everything happens with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we discussed in the earlier answer. But it's mentioned in Surah Nisa chapter 4, verse number 79. All the good that happens is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all the evil is from the human beings. On the face of it, it seems to be a contradiction. But if you realize the real meaning, there's no contradiction at all. For example, the electricity comes from the head power station. It's coming. The power is from the head station. And with that you can use good things, you can use equipment, you can use machinery. But if we put our finger in a live wire, we will get a shock. So the power is from the headquarters, head electric station. But if you put a finger and do a thing which is not supposed to be done, then we get a shock. So the good is from the power station. But if the power is cut from the headquarters, I will not get a shock. But we cannot blame that because the power is coming from there, they are to blame for the shock. It is me who has put the finger in live wire. So I am to blame. But the power is coming from the head electric station. Let me give you another simpler example. That the father is head of the family. He earns and he spends on the family. So he is responsible for everything that is spent. But at the same time, he gives pocket money to his son. Now with the pocket money what the son receives, he gambles, he has alcohol. So who's to blame? The person to blame for doing the sin of gambling and having intoxication is the son. But the money is coming from the father. So it's happening with the money of the father, but who's to blame? The son. The same way, everything happens in the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but if anything good takes place, it's because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any bad, it is because of you. So I hope this example will make you understand that there is a correlation between both these verses. There's not a contradiction, but it's a clarification.